Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Hop in here. Yeah, it's howdy y'all. It's gonna be a quiet night tonight. I really wanted to stream something, but FF7 remake is kind of I feel like that's kind of a prime time kind of thing. So we're gonna do some No Man's Sky. We're gonna switch it up a little bit and try some new stuff. You know, we just recently had Worlds Part 2 come out with a lot of stuff involved with it, new terrain generation and all kinds of just really great stuff. So I've been doing that like off stream for a while now, and yeah, we found quite a few cool planets and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm mostly just gonna chill tonight and just kind of hang out with y'all. It's a Guerilla stream. I'm not really expecting a whole lot of like partying or anything like that in chat, but you know, just kind of a nice way to just kind of hang out over the evening. But with that being said, yeah, let's go and check out some of this stuff. You know, I'm having a lot of fun, and at this point, like beforehand, I was always searching for like the perfect planet, right? And I mostly just looked for like paradise planets. But with the new terrain generation, like there's so much cool stuff, even on planets that I would normally not check out. So as I've been going around, like I've found quite a few that I really enjoy. And sure enough, I think we're gonna be doing some base building tonight and just kind of chilling a little bit, listening to the vibes. And of course, as always, thank you very much to White Bat Audio for their copyright-free music that we got going on in the background. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm at in the list, like with everything going on. Let me turn it down just a little bit here. And yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few that I have not done a whole lot with yet. So yeah, it's we've got a lot of work to do. You can also see that I have deleted some of my old bases. If you remember the last stream that I played, you know, with all of the new stuff going on, those other bases, I couldn't figure out what to do with them, and the planets were not as cool as I remember after all the updates and everything. The original Remnant Bay, as you can see, is now gone. Between the piss yellow sky and other things with the terrain gen, it just really wasn't all that pretty. And then the Society of Galactic Itinerants, I have moved it. I used the old save editor to move it on over to a new planet that I have found. Same layout and everything, but a completely different world. The last one that I was in, you know, I was really happy with the planet beforehand, but now it's just kind of brown. It's still a paradise planet, and it still has the giant crashed freighter in the bay, but there really wasn't anything interesting to look at with it anymore. So I found this new planet, and it's really cool. We're gonna go to check that out first, since the base is mostly built. Like, I'll always be adding little trinkets and that kind of thing here. But aside from that, overgrown relic, that is the planet type. Aside from that, everything else about this planet is really cool. It says overgrown relic. It is technically a paradise planet because it does not have storms or anything that I have seen in all of the time that I've been, you know, goofing around here and building and all kinds of stuff. The frame rate might stutter a little bit because it is a fairly big base, but anyone is welcome to come and check it out. It is in the Aptarkaba galaxy, whichever one that is. I think it's Aptarkaba. I can't remember entirely how it's pronounced. There we go. So I will get you the code here. Let me move myself on over here. We don't care about the missions. We're playing in relaxed mode. All of that stuff, we don't really worry too much about here on this channel. But everything else about it is really good. So here, let me get you your code down there in the bottom left if you wanted to come check it out. Yeah, this is the third iteration of my Remnant Bay. Unfortunately, this one does not have the crashed freighter in it, but it's just too cool of a world. What's really nice about this, and the reason I named the planet Afterglow, it only has night for about an hour each night. Everything else from that, like the sun basically moves right on the horizon where I'm planted right here. So it's almost always either daylight or like like sunset. It's really, really cool. But yeah, it is a relic planet. It's got these cool big pillars in the middle. Not the biggest fan of the color scheme with the yellow. I'm still a big fan of like the green grasses, but I couldn't turn it down. It's too cool of a planet. I wish that I'd found a spot that's got the old crash freighter here, so unfortunately it does not quite work. But everything else is great. No storms, beautiful sky. So yeah, you can definitely come check it out. This is what the current Society of Galactic Itinerants looks like. As I said, this is just supposed to be a nice place for travelers to come and hang out and tell their stories and share their finds. The only downside is with where the water is placed. As you can see, it sometimes gets the weird zoom in. I don't know what's going on with that, if I've got like a rock underneath it or something like that. But aside from that, it's still the same old base that you probably remember on my past streams. But yeah, you get a really good chance to come and check out some of the ruins. Like I said, some great surf. We want to take the old Utopia speeder out for a little bit. I had been working over on the right side quite a bit. This is supposed to be more like the business side if you needed to do anything with any of the brokers or anything like that. I don't even know if visitors can even do anything with the dealers here. I'm not entirely sure how the NPCs in bases work in terms of like the multiplayer stuff, but yeah, this is kind of your strip mall of sorts. A little place to come down here and just kind of hang out a little bit. I'm currently working on filling this out, so just, you know, adding a little bit here and there, just filling it out so it's got some stuff to really enjoy. You know, originally this side was going to be a hotel. I was going to make a bunch of rooms and stuff, but the last time I tried to make a hotel, in fact, I think I even showed it off on the last time I streamed this. It's just kind of a pain. You know, it's easy to do one floor, just don't do your roof. Just kind of do it from there. But if you wanted like a big mountain resort like what I was trying to do, it was just too much of a pain. I know that there is an app like that doesn't require Blender or anything like that. It's like the No Man's Sky base builder, and you can get it on Nexus Mods. I'm thinking of giving that a shot for some of the other bases that I'm trying to build. But yeah, this is currently one of my favorite planets, and I say one of because there have been so many cool planets. You know, I'm very picky. If you guys know me in my exploration, like I am very much looking for some very specific things. And if I don't get it, then I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy with it. I need to build a little bit there. Just take out that little edge. But yeah, that has not been a problem since Worlds Part 2. There are so many planets that are genuinely just kind of like mind-bogglingly cool. So for the first time in a very, very long time, I feel like I've actually been taking screenshots. Like, this game isn't like No Man's Sky. I don't really take a lot of screenshots in it. Like, for one thing, the photo editor, like, it's okay, but it's not the best. It's not like Infinity Nikki or Elite Dangerous or anything. Yeah, Elite's really my space screenshot kind of game, but ever since Worlds Part 2 came out, this has really been it. So I think this is the other big paradise planet that I found. Yeah. This one's really cool. I have not started a base here yet. I've got a spot picked out, but trust me, this is pretty wild. I really, really enjoy it. I think this is one of those planets that I'm kind of debating like using the base builder for, because I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this by hand and make it look really good in game. Like, I kind of need to use some glitch building to do it. All right. Well, Dr. Grant, welcome to Jurassic Park. This is everything that I wanted in a paradise planet. It is a jungle planet, dense foliage everywhere, just super high mountains and canyons everywhere. You got kind of that nice fog effect in the distance because everything is so large, and it's got water. Like, I've found so many planets where it's like one or the other. It's like it would have the big mountains, but it wouldn't have oceans, or, you know, it'd have big oceans in the right colors, but, you know, it didn't have a whole lot of like trees, and, you know, everything was kind of flat, right? This one is, I mean, this is just straight up Jurassic period. It's really, really cool. So I've got to figure out what I want to do here. Like, traditionally, I like making my bases near the water. I like having things to look at and like seeing the terrain in the distance. But I don't know, I might make it a little bit closer into the valley. This one is pretty much right where I landed, so I haven't really explored a whole lot. You know, I took a look at some of the others and like around the planet a little bit, and there were some other really nice tall mountains, but none that have like kind of the canyon look like that, right? I'm a big fan of these big canyons, and I mean, I think that's something that Sean even like kind of promoted in the patch notes too, is just big valleys, big canyons, big plains. I saw on the No Man's Sky Reddit that someone had found a paradise planet with no trees, and I think that's like really, really cool. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this. So man, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So I've got to figure it out. I don't want to go too low into the valley because I want to be able to kind of like look down onto what's below with the water and everything. But I might build it a little bit more into the interior because it is really cool. Like up there. In fact, why don't we just start heading on over there? Let's walk through here and go check it out. And as you can see, you know, I don't know if you have all unlocked the new systems yet, but you basically have to complete at least part of all of the big main storylines. So you need to complete all of Autophage. You need to do the Atlas path up until you get like the Stellar Seed or whatever it is, and a couple other things. And then you just go find a dissonant system and just pulse jump until you get a quest popping up, right? But because of that, I got a few things that I did not have earlier. So as you can see, I got my Wanderer's Cloak, I got my new staff. It took me a while to find like the coloring of the staff that I want. Like, my thing is always white and gold. I feel like those are very nice explorer colors. So yeah, trying to find the right camp to give me a yellow staff. The yellow, it's technically orange, I guess. But yeah, I really like it. I could probably stand to have a different headpiece, but I kind of like just the classic staff look. So yeah, I really like it. So it's the first time that I've changed my look in quite a while. Like I didn't realize that some of those pieces were really cool, but yeah, with Worlds Part 2, I saw people posting screenshots and seeing some of the staves and stuff that they had, and I was like, man, I need one of those. So yeah, and yeah, the new cold storage for your ships. Like I'm really okay. That's some weird pop-in. I'm really digging that. What is going on with that? Yeah, I'm really digging the cold storage. So I finally have some freed ship slots. Like I had a few of the old ships that were just kind of saved, but I hadn't picked them up yet. Like they're at the Quicksilver Companion or whatever. Because I didn't have space for them. So now I've got all of my backlog ships that I've been waiting for ages. My poor man's Millennium Falcon, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so that's really nice. Like everything about this update, it just really feels like No Man's Sky is like now in its complete state. And the wild part is like it just doesn't feel like they're going to be stopping anytime soon. I mean, I know they have Light No Fire coming up, and I feel like I'm probably going to end up pre-ordering that as it gets a little bit closer. Just like, why wouldn't I? They've already, I want to support this game more. They've been giving us that many updates for free over the years. Like they deserve it. Even if the game ends up being garbage, like let me pay you for the No Man's Sky stuff, right? But yeah, just it feels like they're still not going to be letting up. Like they're still going to have the updates here and there. I mean, there's still a few things that I would really like. I still want some more modular shipbuilding. Like I would like to finally be able to do that for Sentinel ships. The rare ships, like the exotic ships, I don't think I necessarily care as much about the modular building for those. Like I wouldn't care if they don't add those for exotics, but I would like new types of exotics. Like I feel like that's kind of where I want to go with that kind of thing. But yeah, they definitely need Sentinel ship modular building because we already have. I mean, they were already pretty modular to begin with. It's just a matter of separating out all the pieces, right? I'm honestly kind of surprised that they didn't add it in for this. And yeah, maybe a little bit with some of the base building stuff. You know, just simplify a little bit. I would like the ability to copy my bases, kind of like you do in Once Human. Like we played that for a little bit. I would like to be able to make a blueprint and copy it. You can do it with the No Man's Sky save editor, which is what I did for the Galactic's itinerant base. But you can't really rotate it or anything like that. You have to rotate the base computer in the game first, and then kind of do it. Like there's other ways you can do it if you want to get like super tricky with it, with like the JSON files and stuff. But I'm not risking the save for that kind of thing, right? So yeah, it's kind of a pain. I managed to get it done, but it was a lot of back and forth. So yeah, I would really like the ability to save base blueprints so I can copy and paste those to other planets. That would be pretty nice, but I mean, a lot of that stuff is just kind of like small, hey, this would be nice kind of thing. It's not like a game-breaking deal or no deal kind of thing. Like the game is already in such a great state that it's just kind of wish list items at this point. I'm genuinely like, when they did Worlds Part 1, he put out like a small list of things that were going to be coming in Part 2, but I don't think anyone really expected it to be what it was. Like the new terrain gen is just pretty wild. And the way that they managed to do it is also kind of nice too. You know, being able to... Which outpost were you? Let's go check it out. I can't remember what all of my bases were at this point. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, the idea of adding a new planet type or star type was really kind of a clever way to do it. Because every time they've ever done the terrain gen, it ends up messing with people's bases. But like being able to do this with just the new systems or undiscovered systems and not mess with other people's bases that have already been laid down, like that was a really kind of a clever way to do it. You know, it is a little rough that you can only find the new planet types like gas giants and stuff in the purple systems, but aside from that, like everything else seems pretty solid, and there's more than enough purple systems to go around. So yeah, this was another paradise planet, but it was really cool because it's like I decided to put a base down here because it's got like this shelf. Like this is floating up in the sky. There's no back to it. Like it's backed up against the mountain, but it's not connected as far as I can tell. So yeah, you just have this really great view looking down into the valley. And I was like, wow, they actually made like a little, the terrain gen actually made me a little shelf. It's like perfect for a base. So that's what I'm gonna do here at some point. This one's low on the priority list. It doesn't have to be like as soon as Jurassic Park or you know, fleshing out the itinerant's base. There we go. But yeah, look at this. Okay, did you burn? It does have storms, which is a little disappointing, but that's fine. Yeah, look at that. It's got like, it's a little shelf. It's like perfect for a base. Why would I not take advantage of that? I mean, I can plop down what, like 400 base computers. I know that there's a limit to like how many base parts you can use across your entire account, but I'm not gonna be hitting that anytime soon. It's something like 16,000. Like, I'll make a couple really big bases that I want to share with people, and then everything else will just be like little huts, you know, little bungalows here and there. Okay, but then, man, but if that was that base, now I don't know what I was doing for my other bases. I know what one of them is. But I saw that Nestor base, and now I got to remember which one Nestor was. Like that's how many cool planets that I've found so far. There's just too many for me to remember which one was which. Like I'm being a lot more free with saying, hey, this looks cool, and just plopping the computer down instead of being like, you know, I only got so many slots. I don't want to risk it, right? Here we go. Come on. I have to say that the only downside with the patch, I'm not a big fan of the Cursed Expedition and the ship that you get from it. Like, it's kind of nice that you get a living ship, but the disembark location is like right in front of its face. So like you unload right between its little mandibles, and it clips, and it just kind of feels awkward. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but a lot of that is also just, you know, I really like my living ship as it is. I put so many light years into this thing, and it's so decked out with upgrades and stuff that having to do all of that again with my Wraith is kind of like, it's not a big deal. It really is all about the aesthetic too. Like, this one smiles at me every time I get a screenshot of it. But the Wraith, it doesn't do that. It just unloads me into a weird spot. Oh, that's right. This one was the cold planet. And I did really like this planet. I don't have really any bases on any frozen worlds. And I took a look at this one, and like the color scheme is really cool. It actually has standing water, which is kind of weird for being a frozen planet. So yeah, I really liked it. I need to go out and explore it a little bit more. Try and find some maybe more interesting spots. Yeah. To build a base. I don't think I ran into any storms last time I was here. That might be a mark against it. So yeah, sometimes you gotta wander around a little bit before they actually pop up. So I don't think I found one. Yeah, I think this was just like a nice little spot. It's hard to tell with the snowstorm, but when it clears up, it's like super clear, and the color scheme is really nice. You know, that is the downside with the purple systems, is they're all dissonant systems. So when you actually go and check it out, if you're trying to like see which ones are purple, they will say dissonance on them, on every single one, and they usually have a planet type or a star type of X or Y to kind of help you figure it out a little bit more. The downside with the dissonance is I have run across so many planets that from a distance I was like, man, that's a paradise planet. It looks kind of cool. And then you see that dissonance detected on the planet, and you're like, well, that's a planet I'm never visiting for my entire life. Like, dissonance, in any actual dissonance planets, like the color filter on them just ruins any chance you have of finding like that perfect pristine planet, right? Like, it's just gonna have the kind of purpley weird effect on it. Yeah, look at the color scheme on this one. Like, it is one of the prettiest, I think, tundra planets that I think I've ever actually been on. It's got like the sea glass green on it, kind of like the iridescent water. It's just a nice sky. So many good planets that you get down to just like a red or a yellow sky, right? So yeah, there's a lot there. Yeah, I'm again a low priority one, but I don't want to. I don't want to count it out. We'll just play around. I might come up with something. If I can come up with a good like base theme, it might be a little bit different. Oh god, I can't remember where where the portal is on these type of bases. That's all right. I really have not been landing on a lot of space stations since I've been exploring Worlds Part 2. Like that's time away from me scanning other planets. Like it used to just land on space stations because I was Sentinel ship hunting, right? And you want to save scum that. So, you know, you land on a space station, you check it out, and then you kind of go from there. But yeah, I haven't really had much of an excuse to do it here. But yeah, the last one I'm going to show you is really cool. I posted some screenshots on Reddit. It's really all I really use Reddit for is posting screenshots, come to think of it. Destroyed. All right. It looks okay. Like this planet looks okay in just normal space, but once you put some photo filters on it, it looks really cool. All right, which direction is it? I can't remember if it's left or right. Left? I don't know. Yes, it was. Hey, look at that. All right, the Vistarit, the Elik base. I didn't rename this one. I should have renamed it before I uploaded everything. That's fine. I'm not, like, I don't really, like, super care about renaming a whole lot. I care about it more, like, getting my name on it in, like, Elite than I do here. But if I do find, like, that perfect system, do it. I did it for the Jurassic Park planet and Afterglow. There we go. Yeah, this one's a Scorch planet. I don't have any super villain mountain bases yet. But this is another one. I just really love the new terrain gen with what it's done on mountains. Yeah, it's just got these super high crags all the way around it. So I'm like in this valley right now. Like in this, it's almost like a creep hole. And yeah, it's just super high mountains and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna build like some kind of super villain base here. Probably use some of the new relic building types. I haven't decided on the layout or anything yet, but it is really cool. If I get up here, change that around. Yeah, you gotta change it. I think I use the, not the haze, it's Hyper. Oh yeah, the frost. Like it really does almost look like kind of like, I don't know, a fjord or something like that. Really cool. Change the field of view a bit, and there we go. Like look at this bowl. Look at this. Like this is like a perfect supervillain little base. So yeah, I don't know. It probably won't be a big build, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I want to do something with it because it is such just like a cool little valley. Like you got like the fire trees. Like I'm so used to fire planets before the update. Just having like some glowing mushrooms or something like that. And like obviously you got like the weird cool crags. But like now you've got like actual fire trees. And fire plants. And like actual fire on the ground. Yeah, they keep adding so much stuff. Like I feel like every new planet that I land on, there's something else that I did not expect. Now I have not done a ton with the water worlds yet. I'm not a big fan of water. Yeah, Evil Wizard Land, absolutely. See, I got to find something to do with it. It's gonna involve the new relic relic building parts because they are really cool. I gotta figure out what. I saw someone post on Reddit like a cool like temple. I'm thinking of maybe kind of going that route, right? But yeah, like I'm not, the water worlds, I know a lot of people are having a lot of fun with them. I'm just not a big fan of water in general. Just IRL. I'm the kind of guy that I just don't like going swimming or anything like that. So yeah. But they are kind of neat. They're definitely dark. They're very, very, very dark. So you kind of need a Nautilus or something like that to go down and kind of check them out. Let's go see if we can find one though. We'll go give it a look. Since I'm in relaxed mode, I don't have to worry about dying, going down or anything like that. But if you haven't seen them yet, they are like the wildlife and stuff in them is very cool. They're very, very impressive. I think this one was the one I was at last time. I still don't know what network restricted me. That's fine. I know it's a pirate station, but like, I'm cool with them. What's the deal, man? I'm just a traveler. I'm just hanging out. Trying to see how far I had explored past this system. I don't know. But yeah, this was the last station I always keep like a route, right? Like I always have like my route that I'm on. It's basically going away from the Galactic Center as far as I can. And this one I'd started pretty close. So we've got a while to go yet. Take a look at that. All right, there's my route. How far? Yeah, we can go a different way. But yeah, as you can see, though, it'll say dissonant on them. Like right here with all the red, it's kind of hard to tell which ones are the purple and whatnot. But yeah, it'll be star type X or Y, and they'll all be dissonant systems, so we can just go check that out. And then yeah, there were some tips that I saw posted earlier too. Changing the accessibility settings, and it takes out a lot of the colored fuzz in the background and really kind of makes the purple stars pop. So that is also an option as well. All right, 2 planets and 1 moon. Are any of them going to be? No. There we go. All right, moon. Hate it when you have to get it like right on the edge like that. There we go. I don't know if any of these are going to be water. Hey, there we go. We're going into the sea of blood, I guess. Yeah, they're cool. They're not my kind of thing, but I can see why a lot of people like them. And there is obviously like a lot of content that you can do with them, especially if you're someone that actually is like playing the game in actual adventure mode instead of turning off all hazards and stuff like I do. Like there's like a lot of really cool stuff that you can do in them. I don't know what's going on with all the lithium farming or anything like that, but apparently that's like a big thing with it. Here we go. And down. How deep are we gonna go? If we can find anything good. Alright, so this one's about 1,200 deep. So yeah, when they say deep, they mean deep. They're not just slightly less shallow. They're definitely down there. So I am excited to see like what kind of cool underwater bases and aquatic layers people are going to build, but I feel like because it's a little bit harder to do that, I have not seen as many of those yet. But give it time. People using the base building tools and that kind of thing, they'll make some pretty impressive stuff down here where you can actually see. But yeah, that is one of the downsides. Is it is very, very hard to see anything if you don't have like the actual Nautilus. That's kind of cool. Speaking of Nautilus, there we go. Look at that. That's the first time I've seen one of those. I saw a giant squid the first time I ever went down just to like check out the new content. But yeah, that's cool. Very pretty. I don't know if they're all rainbow colored like that, but that's pretty. That's awesome. I don't think I can do anything with them. Like you can't offer them food or anything like that as far as I know. Yeah. Don't have one of those floating around in the anomaly. Saw someone with a giant worm the other night. Basically covered the entire landing area. I am still going down, right? I think I am. Wait, I gotta use my jetpack now. I remember. That's it just kind of goes to show you how little I do in underwater content. Like I've never played Subnautica or anything like that, but I hear this does a a fine little job, kind of doing a lot of the same stuff. Here we go. Whoa, hey, what are you doing hiding there? Some of the mantas I haven't seen. Oh wow, that's the largest. I found a giant squid on my last one. That's kind of impressive. Get back here. That's fine. All right. Oh, another one. Yeah, the last time I saw some manta rays, they were glowing. So yeah, they're like the sea life is really kind of cool. They put a lot of work into making that kind of stuff really impressive. Yeah, it's just like I understand obviously light doesn't reach the ocean floor, but gas giants also don't have generally a solid cores to land on. Like they might have cores, but not really like a planet. But this is all just the simulation of a dying computer anyways. So like give us a little bit more light down here if that's going to be the excuse. Crossing into deep ocean. Okay, that's the first time I've seen that warning. Interesting. He put some of this stuff down there. Some little like glow lights and that kind of thing. Oh, that's like one material. Okay. Scan it. All right. Oh, they're like all different. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, I don't need to scan everything. So yeah, if you could get like a base built down here with some lights and stuff. Oh, hello. I'm sure it will look really cool because at the very least the colors are super vibrant down here. And they've been like that on pretty much all of the water or tidal planets that I've been on, right? Just really, really cool and impressive colors. It's just there's so little light you can't really enjoy it. So yeah, get some bases built. Come down and check those out. I do wish that it was a little easier to get back up. Now we just got to do all of that in reverse, bump into another one of these things. So yeah, like go on Reddit, go on Blue Sky, post those screenshots. I want to see what people are doing with the underwater stuff and what kind of bases that we're gonna get. But yeah, aside from that, like it's still been a lot of business as usual for me in terms of what I'm looking for. Like it's still a lot of paradise planets. I am branching out and checking out some other planet types a little bit more often since the terrain gen change. But the colors to me are always really important. Like I'm very big about actually being able to see stuff. And I have run into an issue with some of the new effects where there's just so much haze or fog or something like that that you can't really see a whole lot. Even on paradise planets. Like if you go to a humid planet, like they mean humid. Like the haze just makes it almost impossible to get a decent screenshot. It's like back when I used to live in LA, man, it's just you can't see anything more than like 500 meters out, right? But like I am checking out like fire planets and ice planets and desert planets. Some of the desert planets I've been on have been really cool. Saw someone posting like sakura trees on a desert planet. I'm like, well, I want to find something like that. And no sakura trees yet, but some of them that genuinely do feel like the old West, and it's pretty cool. Just lots of cacti and scrub grass and that kind of thing. If you can find one with some nice clear sky, yeah, they're really pretty. All right, back up. Let's go check out another system. Let's see what else we got. Can we find a gas giant so we can take a look at those? Gas giants are cool. They're kind of a pain because they're so huge. Like, they are genuinely gigantic. So if you're trying to scan all of the moons around them, it can get a little... It can take some time. And honestly, like, the interior of the gas giants, like, they're cool, but I haven't, at least on my end, noticed a whole lot of variation on it. Like, it seems like the solid base of all of them are kind of similar. I haven't really had too much to do on them yet. Yeah, you can kind of see. And like, all the moons are so small. I kind of wish that they were at least a little bit closer to actual planet size. Make them a little easier to scan. I'm like flying just by my radar right now. I can't see shit. Oh, okay. Let's get out of this. There we go. But let's try going to one of these moons. You know, I can't say that they didn't put enough effort into the scale of things. There we go. Like a normal planet, like right about now is when I would have already passed by it. And like, here we are still trying to get through the halfway point. It almost feels like Elite Dangerous again. Trying to move around some of those suns. Yeah, like they are definitely impressive, and some of these moons you can get some really cool screenshots. Like the gas giant just looming. Redacted moon. Got you. Did I already scan you? Okay. Can't tell what color this one is. Let's go land on it. I do like that the boundary failure thing, like it used to be in some of my old bases, they had like that boundary failing warning, but it didn't really do anything. But now boundary failure is like an actual mechanic. So like it occasionally has boundary failure storms, and it will I don't think it does anything negative to your suit as far as I can tell, but it causes your jetpack and gravity to do all kinds of weird stuff, which is kind of neat. So you basically get like infinite jetpack boost when something is in boundary failure state. So that was kind of neat to see. You know, but it ended up way far from my ship in a couple cases where I was still trying to figure that out, and I was searching for like the little relic memory fragments. But this one's actually got like some kind of sorry, I'm like drinking some water. This one's actually got like some kind of stuff on it, like the unidentified material. Like that's kind of the same on all of them that I've been to. I don't know what's going on with like the weird bubbly stuff. It's kind of gross looking. Okay. Anything else? Ah, there we go. All right. Let's see. Does moving? Oh wow. This one, it's like a thin gas giant. Huh. Interesting. And it's got like a really good color palette too. Let's take a look here. Let's turn off the filters here. I don't have anything saved on any gas giants yet. Ooh, this is really pretty. This is really pretty, and it's got like a lot of light coming in. Like most of the time, gas giants are what you kind of expect a gas giant to be like. Like not a whole lot of light reaching the surface, just a lot of storms. Okay. Huh. Well then. Let's I don't want to move too much. Where are you? Cannot land here. There you go. All right, let's get you down, buddy. Let's go for a little drive. Let's go on a little road trip. Because I definitely want to build something here, but I don't know what the terrain looks like elsewhere. If it's all kind of flat, then I'll just kind of plop it down wherever. Just do a little like science bunker. But if it does have anything like unique terrain-wise, then I definitely want to like get it. Yeah, the atmosphere is so thin you can still see the moons through it. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a gas giant this thin, and I've been to a few. Okay. Wonder like how big the actual surface is, because you know, depending on where you're at on the surface, that can affect where the sunrise and sunset are going to be. I want to make sure that we're still getting those colors, you know, kind of uniform wherever I'm gonna place my stuff. Again, it's like another like low priority system, but still. Yeah, it's like it's got those pure synthwave colors, man. Okay. Okay, well that answers that. I didn't even know you could get even get crashed freighters like on. Ow. All right. Well, you know, I always find the good stuff when I'm streaming. I guess that's the streamer luck. I wish I could get it a little bit more with like gotcha, but I guess not. You know, we'll allow it. I don't mind getting a little bit for discovery, right? All right, let's see if I can find where the planet was. Should I plop the base down maybe a little bit higher up on the mountain so I can get the base view too, or the moon? Where was it? Maybe I can only see it when it's up in the air. That was a little bit higher. I completely lost it. Oh, there it is. I was confusing it for just like a normal rock. Okay. Let's get down here a little bit. I can move a little bit closer. Like, I don't know what the range is before it won't allow me to build that close to a freighter. Remnant Bay, I got like real close with that one, so I don't even know if there is a limit. But just to be safe. Where's my ship? Yeah, I was like right over there. There's like the peak. Okay. Yeah, I wish it was a little bit flatter. Wish it was a little bit flatter so I had like a little bit more of a like easy place to figure out where to build. I guess this is fine. I can move the base computer and all that later. Yeah, this is such a cool gas giant that I don't want it to go to waste. Where is it? There we go. I mean, yeah, we're claiming it. Lame. Ooh, and the sunrise is coming up. Yeah, now we can see the colors naturally instead of just with the camera. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite gas giant that I've found so far. I like so many of them that I've run into have just been like red. They're just red and orange. I've never seen one with this thin of an atmosphere in it. We'll hang out here, see if maybe that tornado will pick me up, and see the colors change as it goes by. I gotta figure out what we're doing with this. rid of some of this. Make it a little bit easier to see everything going on. Man, now I've got 2 villain layers. I've got 2 villain layers to check out. Take me. Can it even take me when I'm on relax mode? Maybe not. Okay. I guess not. That's fine. That's fair. I live another day against against all of my will. Yeah, this is such, it's so clear. It's so clear. I'm kind of blown away by how clear it is. None of the gas giants I've seen so far, absolutely none of them have been this clear. It's like always super thick atmosphere, but it's also the colors too. It's not orange. It's not orange or yellow. It's like it's perfect. It's perfect vaporwave mindset. Yeah. I kind of like the name too, ORAD Omega. Should we keep it at that? Or should I rename it? Chad Omega, maybe? It's close enough. But I don't know, I kind of like ORAD. Right. Well, we got to make our decisions. Oh. There we go. There we go. Chad Omega it is. It is done. So it is done. Yeah, this I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'm gonna have some fun with that, having that freighter in the skyline. I gotta figure out what kind of observation deck I'm gonna be making out of this thing. It's like a nice little mountain. We'll figure something out. It'll have to be later. We've got more exploration to do. There's never enough time. But yeah, that's just, oh man, I'm really happy we landed here. If it was like, if this had happened, if we had done this another stream later, I probably wouldn't have landed on it. I literally just landed here to show people I haven't seen one what it looks like. All right. Well, and that being said, I think we gotta go out and try some more stuff. Eventually, we'll get over here and start base building something. I don't know at which base. We'll figure it out. Down here. Actually, before we do that, look at how clear that. I just cannot get over it. I can't get over it. It's just so clear. How? How is it so clear? I mean, will increasing the cloud level make it look less clear? Not really. Those are just clouds. Okay. We'll boost up the bloom. The vapor wave. Kind of fits with the music, huh? What are we at? 113? Yeah, that's fine. I don't need necessarily like the planet in the background, but I might move the sun a little bit. If I can get a little bit different color scheming going on here. Ooh, that looks kind of cool because it looks like it's a ghost, right? There we go. So yeah, if you want to check it out, by the way, there's your map down at the bottom. I'll move it so it's kind of, there you go. Again, this is Aptar Kaba. That's the main galaxy. All of the planets that I've shown on the stream right now have been Aptar Kaba. So just kind of gives you an idea if you want to come check them out for yourself. There are your glyphs. Have fun. There we go. Nice. Nice, yeah, definitely. We'll have to figure out something to do do on this giant later. But away we go. We got more to go check out. Yeah, I mean Worlds Part 1 was already a huge update. And they put out like a small list of things that were going to come in Worlds Part 2. And it's so much more than I think people really expected. Like the new terrain gen is just wild. It's just wild. It's like the terrain gen was at release when the game was super shitty, but the terrain gen was kind of cool. And then they made the terrain gen kind of bad for a little bit because they wanted to make sure to like homogenize everything without necessarily like getting too wild. And then they went back and made it wild again in a way that doesn't affect players' bases. So like it has all of the personality of release No Man's Sky with all of the quality of life updates of like today. Like the new water effects alone are kind of crazy. Like some of the water storms and stuff that I've run into, like they're full on waves, and they've done a really, really good job with the shaders. So like that's where the thumbnail for this stream came from. Was a storm that I found on just some random water planet, and yeah, it's a good time to get back into the game if you have not played in a while. Now, obviously, with all of the updates, you know, that does mean there's quite a bit more going on hardware-wise. They've optimized it really, really well on the whole. But, you know, new terrain, new particle effects, all of that stuff means that, like, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit more to run than it used to. If you want to run it at this level anyways. I've got a few things on Ultra, a few things on High right now. But, you know, at the same time, you can play this on the Switch. So it's not like, it's not super intensive. But some forums I had one guy complaining that he couldn't run it, was getting like no FPS, and it turns out he had like 2 gigs of RAM and like a 1030 or something like that. Like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to play this on a 1030. It ain't happening. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can show some of the water effects, because they are genuinely cool. And now that they have fishing in the game, you can use your little skiff and go out and go fish. Problem with trying to show off some of the water effects is it can get tricky if there's like a lot of haze on the planet. This one looks pretty. Got some floating islands and stuff. Yeah, so I mean we can work with this. Oh no, not what I wanted. Whoa. Problem is it's the water effects are so good that they didn't adjust the camera to go along with it. So sometimes you just get locked into the waves there and forget how to fly your ship. I mean, I guess I can land. I guess I can just show you by landing. That works too. Here we go. Get out my skiff. Hopefully we'll get a storm pass through here. That'd be really nice. Where's my skiff? I haven't done a ton of fishing yet. That'd be kind of nice. And let's face it, like every video game lives or dies by its fishing, right? They added a portable grill to it, so I guess some of the recipes and stuff that you can make now are really kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, just look at these waves, and this is not with a storm going on, by the way. When the storms start coming through, and like these waves really start moving with the wind, it's genuinely some of the best water effects I think I have seen in really just about any video game. Like it's that impressive. Water is hard to do. It's something that video game developers have talked about over and over and over again, about how genuinely difficult it is to make really nice looking water. But yeah, they did it. Like this is genuinely some of the best water I think, in games right now. So yeah, let's see if this blizzard will get these waves moving a little bit. We'll see if maybe I can fish while I'm at it. Fish during the storm. It's not a hard mini game or anything like that. It is wait for something to hook and then press left click. Like it doesn't have the mini games that you would expect. I think Infinity Nikki is still a more difficult mini game, but it's fun and you can collect some stuff. I don't know if you can do anything with them yet. There we go. Now we're moving. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. Yeah, buddy. Let's roll. Surf's up, dude. I should probably move a little bit closer to the center of my skiff. Oh no. Living ship. Navigator. What are you doing? Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. Oh, no, no, no. I wish I could sit down. I would really, really like to sit down. It's kind of weird that they added the skiff, but no way to sit while you fish. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, overboard, overboard. Get back up. Get back up. We gotta do this. We gotta do it. Where you at? Where you at? The fishing rig. Ah. This is the life of Ishmael. This is the life of Ahab. From hell's heart I stab at thee. Oh God. Come on. Can I do it? Am I gonna have time? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Can't send me packing if I'm fishing. Come on. There's gotta be something down there. Come on, bite. You know you want to bite. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Aw. Well, R.I.P. rig. No. Fish escaped. Ah. Well, it was worth a shot. I was hoping it would lock me in. Is my skiff even still upright? Yeah, it is. Get back here. God, how long is this storm gonna go? Yeah. Life of the seas. And it's kind of cool because the water's kind of see-through. It's not always kind of see-through like this. It's because I'm on an icy planet. So like the base color template is already kind of white. But yeah, I kind of like that. Hey, we lost 10 men that day. Right. Now for some chill fishing. now that the storm has passed. Ooh, am I gonna get the big one? Ah, come on. Come on, you want it. You know you want it, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, all you do is just hold left. Like I said, not the most giant hairy crab as opposed to another type of crab. Okay. That was a big one at least. 16 kilos. All right. Okay, now. Yeah, it's just really good how the weather effects can go from that to just glass calm. Like it's really good. Like the water effects are probably one of the best things that they've added since they started redoing a lot of the effects. Like they definitely put a lot of thought into it. You know, I'm kind of cool with it at this point. I'd like for them to do, you know, a little bit more with terrain, but like at this point, like I said, it's all just kind of wish list stuff at this point. Like the game is in such a good state that I genuinely don't even know what they could add in that would be like something that I absolutely have to have. Like, I will be probably happy with anything. Just surprise me, Sean. You've been doing it for, what, 8, 9 years now? Just hit me. Just don't even give me the emojis anymore. Just surprise me. All right. Well, that being said, I showed you the water and I showed you fishing, so there's that. But man, this is a very pretty ice planet. A lot of the ice planets I've been on have snowfall, just constant haze and snowfall, so it's kind of hard to see. It's very very rare that I've found any just kind of look like this. Like, you can kind of see that dust effect kind of blowing around. Just imagine that, but like 5 times denser. And yeah, you can kind of see why it gets kind of annoying if you're trying to check out the colors and stuff. So yeah, they've got your little skiff. There's no, I don't think there's a boat. I kind of skipped a lot of the fishing expeditions, so I can't remember if they gave you a boat during that. I don't think there is. But like, you can just like, when they redid a lot of the water effects, they added aquatic landing jets. So you can just land any ship once those are installed on the water. So like, your boat would just be your ship, right? Now obviously you can't move it when it's landed like that. But like, yeah, if you like your ship, yeah, just park it, sit on top of the cockpit, and just fish from there. I can fish on my living ship right now if I really wanted to. So yeah, you do have that option, and yeah, it's just another technology you can install on any ship. So yeah, like I said, they put a lot of work into it, like a lot more thought than you thought, than you would think. With just like, oh hey, new water effects, that's kind of neat. But like, no, it became like its own sub-content. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the water. It's really nice. And yeah, I mean, you combine that with the modular building of ships, because you can build your own ships now. You scrap parts from other ships and like smush together really any type of ship you want, as long as you got the parts for it. So like, you can make your own boat-looking ship if you want. It's really cool. All right, up we go. So we can find like another paradise planet. So the big thing with this update too, one of the big things, one of the other big things, one of the many things that came with this update. You saw it on my first planet that I showed you, the new Society of Galactic Itinerants home base. Are the ruins. So with the ruins, they have memory fragments, which they're just kind of floaty things that work the same way as like those translator pillars do, where you learn new words, right? And the knowledge things, except they're memory fragments, right? Hey, there we go, Bountiful. And by checking out those memory fragments, you can learn new base parts to make ruined structures and stuff. But another part of all of that is that occasionally they have changed the name of the planet types. So you might find an icy ruin or a planet that's like an abandoned desert, and that kind of lets you know that, hey, this planet has ruined structures on it, right? The ones that are really good, the ones that I think a lot of people are checking out, they're planet types that are called the Reliquary. So basically every type of planet has a unique ruin name. So you have like abandoned desert, fire planets are called lost in fire, and that means like it has ruins on it that was lost to fire, right? Reliquary is the paradise planet equivalent. So it's a paradise planet that has ruined structures on it. So if you see the Reliquary somewhere, you know it's a paradise planet, and it'll be one of the prettier ones. I think the society, I think the SGI that I created, I think that's a Reliquary planet. I can't remember. No, that was an overgrown ruin. Yeah, that was a planet that was an overgrown ruin. So yeah, it's another lush planet. It's just not paradise, even though it is in effect, because it doesn't have storms, right? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this one. Right. See, this one, you can kind of see what I was talking about. The one, it's just piss yellow everywhere. I don't know what the deal is. They need to ramp down. They need to ramp down the chance of getting yellow. Just in general. Not just for the skies. Just Sean, please tone down the yellow. I don't know why. I feel like it is the most common color. But this is what I was talking about with like that haze. You can kind of see it's like super hazy everywhere. It is a really cool effect when you're looking at the distance. Because like if you look in the distance, like you go to Appalachia or something like that, or you go to go to some like fjords in Norway or something, they're gonna have kind of the icy stuff and haze in the background or on mountaintops. But there's no way to remove the haze when you try taking screenshots. So like your screenshots just kind of look kind of like it's a cool effect in motion, but screenshots kind of show like some of the shortcomings, right? Because like if you're gonna notice like lower resolution textures or really like a lot of pixelation and that kind of thing, it's going to be in a screenshot. So I wish there was a way to like take out the haze in screenshots. Like you got fog density, but that only really seems to affect like planets and stuff, or really tall mountains. It does affect really tall mountains too. But like, yeah, you can see like cloud level, fog density, that doesn't do anything with the actual planetary haze. So it looks cool in motion, but not great when you're trying to get some screenshots or something. Sometimes some of the filters can kind of cut it down a little bit, but then you got to mess with the filter colors and all of that, it's a bit of a pain, right? So that's another like small change. It's hardly game breaking. I mean, you look at it like actually in motion, it looks fantastic. But as someone that likes the camera, I'd like a way to kind of cut down on it a little bit. But yeah, like I said, it's not a huge deal. If we're just wish listing things that they could potentially do in future updates, then that would probably be one of them. But like, honestly, I honestly don't know what they could do in future updates. It would just be like really big. Like everything else at this point is just adding to it. I guess the next big update that they could possibly do that would impress people is just releasing Light No Fire. Like that's really like the only viable step at this point. Like No Man's Sky as it is already like in such a great state, right? All right, what else we got? I'm going to try finding some more like ruined planets because some of them are really cool. We got a bountiful planet back there. Is that going to be bountiful or paradise? Take a look. Grassy, okay, you're fooling me. Grassy, grassies are kind of tricky. I guess terrain gen, like technically all of them can be random, but grassy tends to mean just that, like very grassy. I've noticed the grassy planets, at least the ones I've visited, seem to have a lot more rainstorms going on. And for whatever reason, I don't know why. The bane of my existence. Thankfully, it's not as big of a deal now, but it used to be mushrooms. Grassy was almost always gonna be one of those planets where you get there, and it's like, oh man, the color scheme and everything is great. And then you get down to the surface and it's another mushroom planet. I'm to just skim the surface and go right back around, right? Yeah, grassy I feel like has a lot of mushrooms. But like I said, thankfully they have cut down on it a little bit. I have not had nearly as many issues of seeing a lush planet and getting all excited only for it to have mushrooms since Worlds Part 2. There's just so much variety nowadays. I think it's just genuinely like a lower chance to get it. But you never know. You never know. They're always lurking. The mushrooms are always right around the corner. You just when you think you're safe, just when you think you've forgotten that they exist, bam, there they are. I mean, some people are into them because they they do glow at night. Like some of them like have some really nice lighting effects, but that's only at night. That's only at night when you don't see the rest of the colors most of the time. I do want to kind of find one of those planets that was posted on Reddit that's a paradise planet with no trees. As someone from the Midwest, I feel like I would be, I'd be very welcome there. Be like home all over again. Oh wow, this one's got some big hills. All right, that's a little different for grassy. I don't see too many grassy with actual terrain. And you get hills every now and then, but yeah, these are, wow, those are big. Those are like mountains. All right, no low plains here. And hey, look at that, no mushrooms. We do get the cool looking centipede things. I do like those trees. I don't like necessarily need them to be the main thing, but they're kind of neat. Like, I'm a big fan of the jungle planets. Our Jurassic Park world that we found, I think that's gonna be, man, I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to do my villain lair on the fire planet next, or my next base. We've got some options. We've got decisions to make. There's too many to choose from. I'm thinking the villain lair, just because I have a little bit more of an idea. The Jurassic Park planet, the jungle planet that I've got, I don't even know where to start with it, because I want to do a good job with it and really kind of showcase that big canyon behind me. I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know what. And the terrain is a little bit trickier to work with. The charred planet, that one I've got options because it's just a big plain. Yeah, this is all right. This is surprising for a grassy planet. Like most of the grassy planets I run into, usually there's something wrong with them. Usually it's yellow sky or too much rain or mushrooms. This one, let's walk around a little bit. You got to give it a chance to proc some storms if there are any storms available. Actually, I can do that. I can do that just by hopping out, right? Like, it'll tell me if there's torrential heat or something. Oh yeah, they added the new hazardous plant types. They do mostly the same things as the old hazardous plants, and I still enjoy killing them for the Quicksilver missions. Boiling puddles, okay, but it's not redlining it, so hopefully that's not a big deal. Maybe that just means on the ground. I would say if there is any drawback to this planet that I'm just kind of seeing immediately, it's that there's no water. I like having a lot of water on my planets. I like being able to look out onto an ocean. But this one, because this one's got the big mountains. If I can find a cool valley somewhere, honestly, this is already a pretty cool valley. Stop that. There we go. This is already a pretty cool valley, but I'd like the mountains to be a little bit closer. Let's go take a look, and this will give me a chance to kind of fly around a little bit and see if any storms proc up. Please, nah, we'll do the speeder. That's what it's made for. As much as I love my golden vector, yeah, I feel like this is just the way to go for planet scanning. But so far, so good. I'm hoping this isn't just like the one mountain range, right? Hopefully this will be kind of a planet-wide thing. So yeah, this is, oh wow, and it's almost like two different kinds. Almost merging like two different kinds of grasses. You don't see that very often. That's just another new quirk. It's not quite two biomes. Like, they still don't have two biomes on one planet. It's all one biome. But yeah, you can kind of see how it's combining. It used to be like the sea green and the light green would be two separate planets. Now it's kind of combining the two. That's neat. That's really cool. I haven't seen that too much. Maybe one or two other planets, but most of the time the ProcGen tries doing that, it just ends up being like patches of the main planet and then dirt, right? like a lot of like dead stuff. Like trying to replicate like a beach, you know? So yeah, that's neat. I like that a lot. All right, we're getting some good valleys. Getting some real good valleys, and then it opens up a little bit, and so you get these big plains. And like I'm definitely putting a base down here somewhere. I just don't, I gotta find that perfect spot, man. Got a whole planet to choose from. We got a lot to look at. Ooh. Ooh, over here on the other side of the mountains we were just in. Yeah, look at this. It's not quite, well, I don't know if this would technically qualify as a jungle or not. Like, they advertise the jungles, and we have found one jungle planet that is very cool. But I don't know, it's like it's definitely more dense than I'm used to seeing, but I don't know if it would quite qualify as like jungle dense, right? It's definitely up there though. Yeah, I feel like I'm flying through Yosemite right now. You even kind of have oh, there we go. All right, let's see. Anything wild happened at night, since we're already getting there? Any different colors? Yeah, we got some of the glowing trees. All right, yeah. Well, we just got to find a decent spot for the base, I guess. It'll probably be like another bungalow. But you know, if I can find something kind of like Half Dome, I don't know, maybe we'll make some kind of park service station. Oh, so we do have water. Or do we? Yes, we do. Okay. It's been having some issues with the new terrain gen where it will look like there's water, especially on desert planets. But that's just like an oasis. As it gets closer and the pop-in starts happening, you start like getting the actual terrain coming in. Yeah, looks like this one does have some kind of water. Not a ton. They are boiling according to the planet description, but that's cool. All right. Well, I'm not seeing a ton else. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say maybe the valleys and mountains are just that one part. Nope, definitely not. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the pop-in too. Just imagine that happening when you think there's water instead. And the weird part is, like, it will actually show you a reflection. Like, it actually looks like water with a reflection and everything until you actually get close to it. So yeah, but they've been good about the hot fixes. It feels like every day so far they've had a fairly good sized patch come out to address some of these concerns. So I don't know if that's another one that they know about and are working on. I don't know if it's just my graphic settings in particular that's doing it. But yeah, the pop-in is a little weird with some of the water effects. But aside from that, I mean, it's not really a big deal. I don't really land on planets expecting a lot of water or something. Usually you can kind of tell from space if it's going to have any. It's more an issue with like when the planet gets grayed out because of like some hazy stuff or a storm is happening. So like you just see a gray fog. You can't see into the terrain, right? Then it can get kind of annoying if I'm landing on a planet that I think has something that it doesn't. But that's fine. It's like I said, it's not a deal breaker or anything like that. All right. Well, so far, where we were kind of seems like the place to be. We got some good plains and stuff, but I really liked the canyons of where we started. So let's head back over there. It was somewhere in here. It was somewhere in this big massive mountains to our left. And we do need the sun to come back up though. I would very much like that so I could actually see what colors I'm looking at. All right. I feel like we went a little bit farther than that. I think it was on the other side of this one. I think that's kind of where we started. In fact, I think that specific mountain is where we popped in at. There we go. Let's take a look. See if you got anything in the middle. Any cool valleys? Man, it's just kind of like one brick here. There we go. Well, once the sun comes up, we'll try and determine where to plop the old base computer down at. I mean, the worst comes to worst, I can always like search off stream as well. Like, that's not a big deal. The planet's big. It's not going anywhere. Mostly just saving the location so I don't forget it. Here we go. Yeah, the fire planet that I was showing you earlier, like, it took me a while to find that again. I found it like initially and took a really cool screenshot, and then it turns out that I forgot how to take screenshots in No Man's Sky. If you use the actual like in-game take screenshot button, it's like super bad quality. It's super low res. So you got to use the actual Steam button. Yeah, I took all of these nice screenshots and then realized, wow, these are garbage. I used the wrong button and had to go back and try and find it again because I was stupid and was like, it's a fire planet. I would never put a base computer on one of these. I'm only Paradise planets. That was dumb of me. So yeah, it was a little bit of looking. It's weird though because it wasn't listed as like a fire planet. It's technically an arid planet, and I had always associated arid planets with desert planets. So I was like, well, that can't be it, because this said like fire on the surface and like a bunch of fire trees, right? And yeah, no, arid is definitely like fiery now. You can find a lot of cool stuff on arid planets. Is not desert. Not all the time, at least. All right. Well, I guess I'll just put one down somewhere. Somewhere that's got like a good mountain somewhere-ish. And just kind of go with it. I'll find that valley again at some point. It seems like this planet will have quite a few to kind of choose from. It's just I forgot where we I forgot where we flew in at. All right. Let me just save the location. Come on, there we go. Take a look back. I mean, all told, I mean, there's really not too many bad spots with how big some of the mountains are in the new terrain gen, so yeah, that's cool. All right, I'm not gonna worry about naming this one. We'll keep it all default. If I name every planet and every base, and I'm plopping down over the course of this stream, we're gonna be here a while. This one will be another like low priority one, but it'll give me options. That's what it's all about, right? When you're doing a hardcore exploration, it's all about options, because you never know what mood will strike you at any given time. Oh yeah, and they've got the new translucent like creatures. They're kind of neat. Off we go. Actually, come to think of it, I need to release a couple creatures. There's a couple that like I don't really use anything with the companions. They're just kind of there. But there's a couple that I'm like, yeah, I don't really need this. All right, where are we going now? What about you? I usually don't go to any. Oh, that's right. Whoops. I'm still in my speeder. There we go. Get down there. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was like, why am I not showing any of the trade data or anything? I don't usually go to too many systems that are like empty, that don't have space stations or something. No space stations, no trade data, no conflict data. I like having a space station nearby for the most part. Like, purple systems are technically like just spoofing normal like system types. Like, when you actually get into a purple system, you'll be able to see like what color stars and everything are actually in them. It's just purely for the new terrain gen, as far as I can tell. Oh, this is a really good valley here. It's fine. It's fine. There it is. I knew there had to be something wrong with this planet. I knew there had to be something. Got the superheated rainstorms. I knew it. You can't fool me, grassy planet. You can't fool me. I don't think I've been to a grassy planet yet that did not have superheated rainstorms on it. Now I know. It's fine though. I'm not gonna like destroy the base over that. As long as it's got good views, I can make do. But yeah. Like, I don't like this one. Okay. Like, it's got data. But yeah, typically if you look at like the normal systems, if they don't have any data on them at all, like usually that means some very specific stuff is in there. Mechanical beings being one of them, like the mechanical animals. There you go. But yeah, it was just you know, a habit that I got into before this update, like which systems have a better chance of spawning paradise planets and that kind of thing. And the ones with no trade data tend to be like not as good. A lot of that has probably changed by now. It could be that the systems with no data are really good in purple systems. I don't know. And here we go again. What did I say about yellow? It's always yellow. I don't know why. Please anything other than yellow for just a little bit. But I shouldn't complain too much since my main base has yellow grass. That's fine. Ooh, and vile brood. I don't know why they make it sound like such a big deal. Like, oh no, sandworms. They're honestly kind of cool. Like, I don't need like the little death symbol. That just sounds like a pirate to me. But I gotta say, like, everything about the past couple of updates, like if you watch some of my old No Man's Sky streams, because I haven't streamed it in a while, you know, we've got a lot of stuff going on between the Final Fantasies and Elite Dangerous and just general VTubing variety, right? You know, one of the things that I used to complain about with a lot of No Man's Sky stuff was that there's too much focus on combat and not enough with the exploration. Because let's be honest, like the combat in this isn't great. Like, there's other games you can play if you want to like shoot things. There's other like Elite Dangerous if you want to do space combat. Like, that's not, like, it's a thing that's in this game, but it's not really its strength. So I always wanted more exploration stuff, and yeah, they came out swinging. Like, that was what I wanted, and they hit the nail on the head. Like, they knocked it out of the park with this stuff. All right, so yeah, I am very, very happy with the past couple. It's just kind of it is kind of wild that like fishing is new though. I'm genuinely kind of surprised that it took them that long, but maybe they just felt like they couldn't do fishing justice if they didn't add the water effects first. It looks like it's gonna be kind of sky, yeah, like the kind of green haze to kind of split things up. Man, this is really orange. This is really, really orange. Feel like I'm doing P3S again. Oh god. Yeah, not my favorite. I knew it when we saw the yellow grass. I knew it was gonna happen. If you're gonna have yellow grass on a paradise planet, like, it's gotta be very specific with the color scheme on everything else. And this ain't it, fam. Seen enough orange from raiding that I'd be fine never looking at it again. Here we go. All right, we'll check a couple more systems. And then I am going to, I don't know if I want to work on the main base a little bit, or if I want to start in on a new base. Because there, like, I do need to fill out a little bit with the Society HQ. Especially, you know, for you guys watching stream, like, it's open to anyone. Like, it's not, I welcome it. Like, we can make our own Society of Galactic Itinerants, right? And that's kind of what it's supposed to be for. So I'd like to flesh out a little bit more of it. But man, I also kind of want to check out some of the other stuff. Exploration being lacking. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is, to be honest. Like, and especially because they've added so many new features in terms of game difficulty. Yeah, it's just, combat's just one of those things that's kind of there. But like, they do have some harder modes now. If you do like the combat, and that is something you genuinely enjoy, you can make it harder for you and like actually make it a genuine challenge. But for me personally, like, I don't know, if I want to do some combat, like I said, I would play Elite to do space combat, or I'd, you know, hop into Marvel Rivals or something like that if I want to do like actual foot combat and PvP kind of stuff. It's just not really what I think about this game for. And I mean, it's not like it's not terrible. Like, it's not like, I don't want it to sound like, oh yeah, combat in this game just sucks. Like, it's not terrible. It just feels kind of unnecessary in a lot of ways, or like not something that they felt like they needed to have in, and they did a good job with what they had. But again, it's not really the primary goal of it. And to be honest, even like the exploration and stuff, it's very much a sandbox game, right? Like, once you actually get into the weeds of it, like, there's no end game. There's nothing, like, you can do the quest lines and you know, finish, quote unquote, the game, but there's no end game. So it really is just about like finding the planets that you think look cool and building bases and sharing that with other players. So like, you know, it does take kind of a certain mindset to kind of enjoy that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say like exploration, like it has like an end game to it, but I would say that like they've given us enough. Oh wow, that's a neat sky with this color scheme. So yeah, like the game is at a point where I feel like it's got enough cool things to see to like let you make your own fun. Because before the Two Worlds updates, yeah, like it was a little lacking in terms of just like what could even be generated. And a lot of that was like technical stuff related to like how planets are even made. Like not the terrain gen, like how the terrain gen like pairs with the base sphere of a planet, right? So yeah, it was very like, okay, I've seen everything that this game can possibly generate because I've been to so many systems, right? So it's just like, okay, which combination is going to look the best? But now it genuinely feels like there are so many different things to look at that it's going to be cool no matter what. Like, these things, I've seen those before. These trees, I've seen those before. But both of those, with this color scheme planet and this sky with this terrain, that is all new. And we got another crash freighter over there. So yeah, even if you kind of get an idea of what the game can offer you in terms of like variety of life and flora and fauna and that kind of thing, there's so many different combinations of it now that combined with the actual terrain generation that it does genuinely feel like I don't think I would have time to explore everything that I want to see. Like, it feels like every other system that I go to has something else that's kind of cool to look at. And even if the flora and fauna I've seen before, there's something else about it that's new, or some combination or some aspect of it that I haven't seen before, and it combines in a way that I'm genuinely excited to see. Which it didn't, it was cool before Worlds, but it didn't quite feel like that, right? Like here we are yet again on yet another planet, and I already kind of like this one enough that I've put down another base computer. We've put down, what, 3 or 4 already just in this? I don't think I put down that many in like one play session in the entire time that I have played this game, right? Like, I don't think I've had more than maybe, of all the bases that I've ever made, I don't think I've ever had more than 6 or 7. Like, I think that's about how many I've made, and here we are already like meeting almost that much in bases just from one stream, right? Yeah, it really does. It really is interesting. And like I said, like all of this stuff I've seen before is just not in this kind of combination, and with the way the terrain gen works now, like it could look completely different. Like if this had just been like a flat plane or something like that, it probably wouldn't be as cool. But with the new terrain gen, and you get these cool mountains, and I got a big crashed freighter right here. Like, yeah, it's a combination that's really cool. All right. Here we go again. Here we go again. All right. Yet another one. All right, let's go ahead and claim it. There we go. This one will be kind of fun to work with that freighter like right up against it. That's a cool crash freighter too. Like, I don't know, it's just a lot of crash freighters that I've seen are like, the way the terrain works around them, they end up getting split in weird ways, or like half of it ends up inside a mountain or something. That one's genuinely cool. Like I could easily build this base to make some steps up towards it, right? Like it almost feels like a base on its own, right? And that's kind of why I put this down here, because that's kind of what I'm already seeing. It's very, like, I'm very dumb about architecture. I do not know how to build shit. If you guys have seen my Minecraft streams from way back ages ago, you'll know I am not an engineer. I am very much a vibes-based streamer. So yeah, it's very rare for me to see something and just like immediately come up with a concept of a base. But this one, I can already see it going up that way. So yeah, we'll save this one in the pocket for a little bit later. All right. Yeah. Like there's so many different ways this could have worked. Like we could have got down to this planet and it could have been another piss yellow sky, or like super hazy, or something else going on. Like, I don't know, there's just something about this. And I kind of like the black on red. I think that looks really good, but only with this sky. Like, this is really just one of those things. It would only work with a clear blue sky. I don't think it would look nearly as good with any other colors. But you know what? The next time we land on a planet like this, it might have those colors. And it might have a completely different terrain. Like, yeah, the world, I love this update so much. Like, it finally feels infinite. It really does. And like, I had fun exploring in the past, but it was one of those things. It was like, I'd explore after a new update, and then, have fun with it for like a week, 2 weeks tops, and then go back to play some other games. But now I feel like it's in a state where I can genuinely just kind of come in here at any given time and find some fun to do with it, right? That being said, I am still doing a lot in Elite Dangerous too. I know we haven't streamed as much of that lately. I mean, really, we haven't streamed much of anything other than Final Fantasy VII Remake lately, because I've having too much fun with it. But yeah, with Elite, I'm just kind of out in the middle of the galaxy, just kind of surfing around, trying to find a green giant. I've finally passed like 8,500 first discoveries. But hey, an icy ruin. So this planet would have the ruin structures on it. So just kind of a heads up. I will land on it here in a second to kind of show you what the memory stones look like. But yeah, with Elite, probably not going to have as many streams of that until the end of the month. They have officially said colonization is happening February 26th. So, you know, we'll slowly make our way back to the bubble before that happens. And then, yeah, we'll have some more streams of that later on. But until then, it'll mostly be, you know, Final Fantasy 7 and 9. We got 14 as their live letter coming up this weekend. I got to check my work schedule. I think we might be able to do a watch along of that. And then, yeah, you know, whatever other fun streams kind of come our way. But yeah, just kind of giving you a heads up. I know that I have a lot of space fans here that are like me and kind of bounce between this game and that one. So just kind of giving you an idea of when we'll be back with Elite Dangerous stuff. It's another one that's kind of like this, where it's very vibes based, and it's good for overnight streams when I don't really feel like I need to be like reacting to things as much and can just kind of hang out with you guys and talk. Okay, so we got some big mountains and stuff here. Looks kind of nice. But yeah, until colonization, it'll probably be, if we're going to do any more space games, probably more of this, because I am just having a lot of fun with it. Wow. Wow, look at that valley. Look at that. Like, it looks like some of the places that I would visit, like driving Route 66 back in the day. If you guys have done Route 66, you know what I'm talking about. There's that one hilltop in Texas as you're going westbound. And then sure enough, you know, you're in the middle of some flat plains. And just, oh God, this is Texas. This is ever in. And then you cross that mountain, and then you get a view like this going into the desert, right? Like, it genuinely looks like that. Wow, that is such a good. We got to get a screenshot of that. We got to get a screenshot of this valley. That is impressive. And the big bug. Yeah, like, this is probably one of the most impressive valleys I think I've seen in the game yet. That is wild. And a lot of it is because it does look like an actual valley on Earth, right? Look at that. All right, let's move the sun around a little bit. Man, I really hope that I'm able to get a picture with all of this steam. We might need to play around with the filters a little bit to try and cut it out. Let's see here. Fog density's not going to do much. Bloom, no. You know, since it's a snow planet, I don't have to worry about the colors as much. You guys know me. If this is your first time in the stream, first of all, welcome. Like, subscribe. We do a little bit of everything here. I'm very big on photography. That was my career for a while. I love talking the photography stuff. So yeah, when we have photo modes like this, sometimes I go into like, you know, my decisions and choices on this kind of thing. Like, on any other planet, I would not like the color filters. Like, I like manually adjusting these kind of things. Like, I like being able to manually adjust my hue, my saturation, contrast, you know, all of that stuff, my lights, the darks. So I don't really like using a ton of color filters. But for No Man's Sky, I do use them occasionally, because they can help you with stuff like this, like how we've got this haze that I've been talking about pretty much the entire stream, of how hard it makes it to take screenshots sometimes. The filters can help you with that to a point. I mean, it's not going to completely cut things out. Maybe I need to go down a little bit or wait for it to pass. Yeah, let's go down. If we can change it up a bit. Yeah, I guess the game thinks that there's like underwater vents or geysers or something like that, and that's what's causing a lot of this steam to come up. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot of options without the ability to use your own manual adjustments. There's only so much you can do. But I found that the frost works pretty well. The mosaic, I think, is another one. You know, it's gonna make me really dark. I can try and adjust that a little bit by moving the sun. Let's see, where was mosaic? Xeno's kind of a decent one. It kind of gives like a yellow tinge to everything, but I haven't really used it a whole lot. I think actually Allure is really nice. These kind of near the tail end of the filter list, they're super high contrast, like very, very dark darks, very bright brights. So like they're really situational. But you know, for something like this, you would not be able to do this on pretty much any planet that was not icy. But because icy planets already have very basic color tones, like usually blues, whites, occasionally some greens, you can do a little bit more with these filters on icy planets than you can elsewhere. So yeah, there you have it. We want a wide field of view since we're trying to get the whole valley in there, right? All right. Let's see, where's my sun right now? Can I move it? Can I get a little bit better shot? Try and adjust it a little bit. That's too dark. that's nighttime. There we go. Yeah, I think this might be the best option. There we go. But this gives you a really good showcase of what the new terrain gen looks like. Like, I did not play this as much at release as other players did, but I've heard that it is a lot closer to what the terrain gen used to be like at release. I don't know if that's true or not, but that seems to be the general census. So. All right. Then hide our menu and F12 because I'm using Steam, and that's a Steam. That's what I have saved as the Steam screenshot button. Because if you use the in-game screenshot, it's going to come out really bad. It's going to come out so pixelated. Yeah, this valley is just, that's such an impressive valley. Take another one just in case. There we go. Like, what makes it really amazing is that it is so flat. Like, I'm sure if I actually go down there, it's not going to be quite as flat as it looks from up here. But it is really impressive from up here. But since we are going to look at some of the ruins anyways, let me... She's going to have to come down to me. I'm not going up the mountain. There we go. So yeah, we will try and find some of these memory stones. In fact, I think there might still be one more. Maybe I have them all. I can't remember. There might still be one more recipe that I need to learn from them. But yeah, you know the knowledge stones, right? The ones that they teach you words for different languages. So ruined planets have their memory stones, and memory stones will teach you the ruined base parts. It's kind of hard to tell because everything here is white and blue, but they normally would glow. They normally glow very bright, and they're usually really easy to see. If we can fly around until it gets to be nighttime again, then it'll be really easy to spot them. There we go. You can also get down on the ground and use your scanner too if you want. That makes it really easy, but then you gotta find it. So you gotta hoof it. Let's see. Oh yeah, this, if you haven't played since 2023, they have floating islands now. So that's yet another thing that they've added in that's really cool. Get some really interesting stuff with some of those planets. Got some floating plants and stuff now too. They came with Worlds Part 2. Those are kind of fun. All right, so we got some kind of outpost. Man, normally they're not this hard to find. Usually each cluster of ruins will have a memory stone sitting around somewhere. It's so hard for me to see with all of this snow right now. I might have to get down here and just hoof it. See if we can find one, scan it up. Let's take a look. Let's see. Hey, there we go. That's not too far. I can always call my ship to me. Yeah, like I said, the best way to find them is genuinely just wait for night and just look for the glow, because they're very bright. They look like the glow looks like those deuterium rich plants, the little blue ones. They're just they're quite a bit bigger. Much brighter glow. Have I scanned you, bug? I have not. Here we go. I feel like all of the bugs that I've seen since the update have been that size. They've all been like megafauna. Is this underground? Yeah, I mean, it is really impressive. Wow, I think it is underground. Okay. Well, do I have any above ground? I don't like digging if I don't have to. Just because there is a limit to how much you can dig before it starts respawning terrain in old places you've digged in. And that can mess with your bases quite a bit. Like, it's a lot. It's a fair amount of digging you got to do. But the more mining you do, the more chances that any mining you've done around your base ends up being, respawned. So you got to be kind of iffy. I don't know if that's something that they have worked on at all. That's actually a nice change for future updates. Since we're just wish listing here. I would like them to change that so it doesn't respawn, or at least you have a much higher cap on respawning terrain. Because yeah, it's hard to make underground bases because of that, if you do a lot of mining at all. I don't do a ton of it now that relax mode is a thing. But the cooldown, I don't know about the cooldown. I'm on relax mode, so like there's a lot of different settings that I have that normally do not make a difference. But the cooldown on respawning, it's tied to how much you're mining. It used to be you can only mine so many units before it started respawning old pieces of terrain. And like I said, it's a lot. You're talking like thousands of units of mining. But it's still, you can't really do underground bases unless that's really all you're doing and not doing anything else that might be mining or mining related. Which unfortunately, just over time, if you are doing like Quicksilver missions and stuff, that still adds up, right? But no, I mean, the cooldown on terrain respawn is still very, very high. You can do a lot of mining before it's going to start ruining any underground bases you've got. But, I try cutting down on it as much as I can. I don't like using my terrain manipulator if I don't have to. But anyway, these are the memory stones. This is what they look like. As you can see, very bright blue glow. Really blends in with this particular planet. But yeah, every time you use one of these, you'll either get nanites, or there is a chance to give you a new base part for the new ruined bases. There you go. So we got nanites. No luck today. That's fine. And they work just like knowledge stones. So like sometimes you'll find like a cluster of 4 or 5 of them all together. So it's not hard. I mean, I've maybe spent 15 minutes or something like that, like looking for knowledge stones, and I think I got most of the base parts. Yeah, my first base had like a bunch of underground rooms too. Thankfully, I think it's still mostly intact, but I feel like I'm kind of getting close to that limit. All right, and I don't think there were any others that I saw in this direction, which is fine. But yeah, that's how you do it. And you can build all of these ruined pieces. These are the base parts. This is what they look like. You can build them yourselves. But yeah, you have all of these ruins out and about. You get those for your own base by clicking on the memory stones, which is nice. Really, everything with the autophage questline and like leading into the current content with Worlds Part 2, like the storyline is honestly kind of interesting. It honestly feels like the game itself is complete story-wise too. Like Worlds Part 2, I'm not going to spoil it, but the storyline, like it honestly puts kind of a nice bow on everything that's happening, right? So yeah, that is actually smart. If there was a generated cavern, yeah. Oh, there's a blizzard. I knew there had to be a blizzard somewhere. Yeah, if you can find a generated cavern, and I haven't spent a whole lot of time underground, but I've seen some screenshots of some of the new stuff. There's not as much new stuff in there because the terrain gen, as far as I know, does not really affect a whole lot of the underground cavern areas. But it's still affected by like new plant types and that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, you can do some cool stuff. And they actually have a new base part at the anomaly you can get. I can't remember if it's Quicksilver or if it was like a Twitch reward or something. It's called a mud hut. And it literally is a mud hut. And I've seen some really cool stuff involving those. If you want something that's kind of like an underground base, you got to get kind of creative in a lot of ways. But, you know, when it comes to base building, I will never doubt the community to find new wacky ways to use what's at their disposal. Like, I'm just constantly impressed with some of the builds that people are making. So yeah, you do have that as an option too. Yeah, if you can find an underground cavern and do it, that's probably the way to do it. All right. Come on. Nothing really big here. Like, I don't typically visit a whole lot of like stellar corrupted areas and stuff. Stellar corrupted planets. Just because they almost always have the color filters on them. Like, I like just natural planet colors. Anything like dissonance planets or stellar corruption planets or anomaly planets, anything that affects the color filters, I don't really do a whole lot on them. Oh, so we got a giant planet. So it's not just gas giants, by the way. Planets themselves can be giants. And it'll work the same way as a gas giant, where you have the main planet and then usually a moon or several moons around it. Yeah, and they're kind of cool. I mean, these things are huge. Like, when you warp in, it looks like it's just kind of like a normal planet because you're so close to it anyways. But like, look at how long it's going to take me to actually fly towards this thing. Yeah, it is huge. I haven't done a ton on them. I did find one paradise giant, and get this, you would never guess, the paradise giant was a mushroom giant. Yay. Whoever would have thought? Whoever would have thought with my luck I would have got a mushroom giant? Oh, looky here, we got more mushrooms. I just my luck. I've just kind of resigned myself to my fate. Oh wow, but this one it's a ruined. It is a ruined giant. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, sometimes you do get the ruins and stuff on here because the giant tag, as far as I can tell, overrides a lot of the ruin tags. There are a couple that will still pop up. Like, I think, I haven't found one yet, but I assume if there was a reliquary giant, it would say reliquary giant or just the reliquary. But yeah, I guess yeah, it overrides it. Yeah, we got some more ruins, and there you can see what the glow looks like. So now you can really see where these things are popping up all over the place. In fact, we got quite a few in this area, so we're just gonna wander around a bit and see if I've collected everything. I don't know if I have or not. No. Is there a way that I can see building parts? Here we go. Core structures, no. Buildable technology. Basic modules. So there are, as far as I remember, 11 ruin parts. I gotta find out where they are. Can't remember which section they're in. Exotic parts, no, maybe. Hey, there we go. So I've got 2. So I am missing 1. I'm missing an archway. God damn it. You can't miss the archways. They're like the most important part of any ruin. So yeah, we'll wander down here. Like, yeah, if you don't have like the domed part or the arches, what are you even doing with ruins? That like is the ruin. That's what makes them cool. Okay, so those are deuterium rich. All right, wait, man, they're a lot farther away on foot than I thought. It's fine. It's like 2 in the morning. What else are we gonna do, right? Yeah, so you got some caves down here. But yeah, as you can see, like, they didn't really... It doesn't really affect too much of what the caves look like. But yeah, you get the new plants and stuff. So, you know, if you want to do an underground base, that's definitely still an option. Still viable. I feel like if they did do anything, they kind of, like, smoothed things out. Like, a lot of the caves are a little bit, like, rounder. Dark Souls architecture, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool. But yeah, the storyline around why they exist and the autophage and all of that, they did a good job with it. Okay. So now we've got where are they? Did we hit that one up yet? I don't think we did. Is that even a knowledge stone? It might not be a memory stone. We might be running towards a plant right now. Oh, it was a plant. Okay. Well, you live and you learn. All right, we're gonna make this easier on ourselves. Where are you? There. Get down here. You know, I was not initially in love with the Utopia Speeder, but now I gotta say it's one of my favorite ships. Now that exploration is as fun as it is, it's just too good. Like, normal ships tend to fly a little bit too fast and get a little bit wonky, but yeah, the speeder is just straight up made for getting around on these planets, and it feels really good to fly. There we go. Landing area not clear. There we go. I don't know what I was doing with that. I think I was accidentally putting it in reverse. So yeah, with the Utopia Speeder, just A+. Man, I just need one more. Come on. I don't know what the chance is. I feel like it's like maybe a set chance, and it's kind of doing that thing where like it rolls to see if you get one, and then you know, then it'll do a second roll to see which part it gives you. And if it already gave you that part, then it just gives you nanites. I think that might be what it's doing. That seems to be like the most common RNG for this kind of thing. But that's all right. This is a giant. We got more than enough to go around. It would probably take me several hours to fly around this thing at just normal cruising speed. There we go. Come on. I just need one more. You can do that. You can give me one more. I gotta believe. Nope. Okay. Was there another one down here? Oh no, that was that. Oh, okay. Right. Well, you know, toxic planets are not my favorite. They're kind of gross looking. There's a lot of mushrooms. But I'll do a lot of things for buildings. Do a lot of things for parts. Ooh. We get, oh no. Yeah, we got 2 here. Sometimes you just got to get really lucky and find like the little cluster of them. Man. Nope. We walked around a planet in VR. Yeah, I think the VR is still supposed to be really good. I think there were apparently like a few bugs with Worlds Part 2 that they have mostly patched out. Yeah, I bet this would be really cool in VR. You know, I've got a lot of friends that play Elite Dangerous in VR too, and they really like it. Unfortunately, I'm broke. I can't afford a VR headset. Otherwise, we'd be doing a lot more VTubing stuff in like VR chat and stuff. But you know, maybe one day, maybe someday soon. Hopefully not too soon, because then I'd have to rig up a 3D model to do a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, I have heard a lot of good things about the VR in this game. But I'm also kind of, I don't know. I've never even really put on a VR headset, and I don't know if I would get sick. I tend to get car sick, but that's also like if I'm in the back seat and not the one driving, because I love driving on my own. Come on. Please let this be the one. Yeah, you know, if I ever ended up getting one, I think that would be on the list of things to do is give this game a shot. So the goal is to reach through that 3D model, yeah. Come on. There you are. Come to me. Yes, my pretty. Is that another one over there? Am I getting baited by another plant? Guess we'll find out. Hey, where was it? Maybe? Oh well. This is fine. Don't worry about it. I'm really surprised at how long it's taken me to find this last piece. Like the first few that I got were just like bang, bang, bang. It was like right off the bat. So yeah, I think it's something with how it rolls the percentage chance. Wait. Or like another mushroom, yeah. Right. Feel like I'm mounting up in my in FF14 again. It's fine. It's fine to get in your ship to go 5 feet. If it's up a hill, then you know it's valid. That's as good an excuse as any. I ain't jetpacking on this. I can. I don't usually use the scanner for these knowledge stones. Like the glow is bright enough. It's just, yeah, I didn't expect this planet to have so many of those little deuterium things. Come on. All right, are we there? Man, I just want that last archway, man. That's all I want. Did I land on the thing? Really? You can do that? Okay. Fine, be that way. I feel like that's not supposed to happen. Okay, but we got like 2 right here next to each other. They can pay me for my troubles by giving me that last archway. Let me make my villain cathedral on my fire planet. 10 of 10, 8. Thank you, thank you. That's this is what true gaming is like. Wait, did I already hit that one? I guess I did. Huh. All right, well, we'll go up to this one then. I can't, there's no way that we ended up back where I started. I've traveled way further than that. Huh. Maybe we did. I don't know. Well, it's okay. We'll just keep going in a random direction until we find it. It's not like we have like a lack of them to go around, right? There. We'll land on one of these violent plants. I feel like nowadays for the Quicksilver missions, those are really the only ones that I take. Is kill the hazardous fauna or flora. They're easily my favorite. They're super easy. You don't have to run around all that much, and you get to kill the plants that have been annoying you for like the past 200 hours. Ah, still nanites, man. What is going on? It's so weird. It's so weird. It did not take this long to find the plant, like the last plants. I'm hoping it's not like one of those ones that's like locked behind something like an expedition or something like that, which could be true. They don't seem to hit you from like well, they still got a range on it. Because a lot of the hazardous flora that I have come across are much bigger. They're like all giant flora now, and they've added several new types. So now you don't just have the Venus flytraps and like the gas bags. Now you have fun like spiny vines and a different kind of Venus flytrap. I'm hitching on something there. It's not like a huge new variety, but yeah, they've added a few. It's very green. A very green planet, but you know, I'll allow it here just because it is technically a toxic planet. I guess I shouldn't expect anything else. Man, I'm hoping that it's not one of those situations where I have to find certain planet types to get this last construction piece. I don't think they would do that to you, but who knows? Yeah, there are many more. Got this guy right here. We know the curly vine. I don't know if there's any others nearby here that I can show you. Yeah, the spiky guys, they're kind of interesting. Yeah, nothing. Still nothing. Well, we'll probably be here a bit, so I'm sure we're gonna run into one at some point. I really can't believe how long it's taking me to find this thing. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, wait. No, that's not one. That's just normal toxic mold. Okay. But they kind of look like that, but they got spikes all over them. So yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not a huge variety of new ones. But there are new ones. They're out there. They're waiting. I want to show you guys like a cactus planet. Like the new deserts are really nice. How is it I keep landing at these two that I've already touched? I don't understand. I keep flying in like one direction. Take care of you anyways. It was there. It knows what it did. All right, we're gonna run off for a while now. We need to get out of this area. I feel like I'm just doing a circle. There we go. You need nanites for certain buildings? No, I'm trying to get the actual base part. Now you do need nanites for certain buildings if you want to go to the anomaly and like buy them. But no, these memory stones, they just straight up give you the part. It's what unlocks it. You can't buy them from the anomaly or anything like that. It's just a random chance from these stones. And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get that last piece. I thought I had 11. I apparently only have 10. Wow, the frame rate. My poor frames. Okay. Must be something underneath. There must be something underneath the ground there. Right. Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, we did it. Yay. We have all of our, oh, sorry. We have all of our ruined base parts now. Oh, hooray. And yeah, that polished stone, you get the polished stone from destroying the ruins on these ruined planets. So like, if I want polished stones, I just blow that thing up. But maybe not that one because it's too far away. But yeah, you just blow these up. Ta-da. And then you get polished stone. Yeah, I really cannot believe how long that took. That was just dumb. That was just dumb. But now it's done and now I don't have to worry about it anymore. Yeah, like I said, I play in relax mode. Like what you do, and so you make sure you're in the same galaxy as everyone else, is you start a normal game. You start just a normal save, right? If you started in creative mode or another one of those, another mode, you might end up in a different galaxy with different share codes as other people. I don't know if they've changed how all that works, but just for safety's sake, start a new save. And then once you get to the point where you can unlock your options screen, you can go down here to difficulty and you can change all of this. So like I keep it all relaxed. And since I started it as a normal save, I should have the same share codes as everyone else in a normal save. Because it used to be creative mode, all of those glyphs were completely different. So you could not, as someone playing a normal save, visit a base or planet that someone saw in creative mode, right? Again, I don't know if they have changed that all or not, but just for safety's sake, I'm explaining this way to do it, right? So yeah. If you do this all under a new normal save and then go in and change your settings, that is relaxed mode. It is a custom mode. And yeah, you can do things like on-foot combat. I don't have to worry about sentinels. They'll still pop up and they'll scan me and stuff, but they're just annoying. They don't do any damage. Same with space combat. Now, the tricky part, space combat, you do need on, at least for a little bit, if you're trying to get a freighter. You're trying to get either the pirate freighter or fight the big sentinel ships, so you can try and find like the little dissonant locator things. So you know, use your best judgment with that. I figure you'll kind of know when you can turn it off once you have everything that you want turned off. Like once you have everything that you want, once you got the freighter that you want, once you found your sentinel ships that you want, all of it, right? And yeah, these are really nice. So like nothing I do costs anything. Like it is essentially creative mode without being creative mode. It's creative mode without being locked to that universe. And then yeah, you know, if you want the challenge at some point, you can just turn them back on and just have some fun with that. But me, like I've done enough of everything in this game that I'm just kind of like, I just want to find cool planets. I just want to find cool things and build cool bases. I don't need to be bothered every 2 seconds because a sentinel spotted me or something like that, right? Actually, we will go aboard the space station because I want to make sure that I have this saved as my last location. There we go. On my old bases list, my space stations list, so I know how far into the galaxy I've gotten. Yeah, the new pirate stations are cool. But yeah, I really hope that we can start building sentinel ships next. I think that probably is on their list of like the big things that they want to do, because they already have modular stuff for the solar ships, and normal ships like sentinel ships are just the last thing, right? Yeah, hardcore, and I mean that's a big thing too. There's a big community around hardcore saves and that kind of thing too. Like, yeah, you know, some people like it. Some people really like the challenge. I'm not a big survival game kind of guy. Like, I liked Once Human. I had a lot of fun with that, but it's not something that, like, I really spend a lot of time playing. Like, I enjoy it for a little bit. It isn't what I would say would be, like, the main thing that I want to do. So yeah, we'll head back. We'll head back here. Head back to our main base. But yeah, you know, if you are one of those players that like that kind of thing, yeah, that's definitely an option. You can even do abandoned mode now. Abandoned mode is in the options, and it removes all life from the universe except for you. It's like all the space stations you go to are empty. All the planets are empty. So like you cannot rely on like Gek or Viking or Korvax's technology or anything. And that's like, that just came out with this update. So I don't know what kind of community is going to be built around that. But it is definitely, if you want the hardcorest of hardcore, there you go. You have no access to most types of technology. I don't even know if the anomaly works. I think the anomaly might even be dead. So I don't know if Paulo and Nada are there. They might be. All right. Go ahead and save it up. All right. But yeah, once again, we'll get in here. If you would like to come join the Society of Galactic Itinerants, where's my share code? There we go. There are your glyphs. This is my primary base, but I've made it as just like a home for wayward explorers. If you're in Aptarkaba Galaxy, those are your glyphs right there. But yeah, this is just supposed to be like, if you followed my FF14 streams, you know I'm on Balmung. I am very much at home among the role players, and that's kind of why I made this. Is just like people who really like kind of living life as a traveler, and like wouldn't mind meeting up other players and having a place to like share stories and screenshots and stuff. That's kind of what this place is for. And yeah, it's a very cool planet because it is only nighttime for 1 hour every night. One hour, 1.5 hours. The rest of the time it is almost always constantly sunset. So just very, very pretty colors. No storms, nothing like that. You can go out into the ocean, do some fishing. And then it's got pretty much everything that you would need. So you got your trade terminal over here. I need to put in probably an appearance modifier somewhere. I'll work on that eventually. But you got all of your dealers and stuff over here. And yeah, so this will be just kind of a nice way to just kind of come and hang out and meet other travelers. If you guys watch the streams and want a place to kind of mingle a little bit. But there you have it. That being said, I wasn't joking. It is about, yeah. I probably should make a fishing clubhouse over here somewhere. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, it is like 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, for being a random Guerilla stream, I feel like we got to see some really cool stuff and kind of showcase Worlds Part 2 quite a bit. That being said, I am going to go ahead and head out and just kind of veg for the rest of the evening. But yeah, you know, I hope you guys had a good time, and you know, if this inspired you to reinstall the game and check out the new update, it is very, very cool and very much worth it. So I hope you have a lot of fun with it and find your dream planet or your dream ship out there. But yeah, that being said, we will be back throughout the week doing more FF7 remake. This was just kind of a nice little break from that, and I think yeah. It was kind of nice to take a little break after a few days of the remake, but we'll be back at it tomorrow. That being said, I hope everyone has a good middle of your week. Take care and good night. Bye-bye.